it's important to remember that Hyderabad Dodin is an event which is morphing every year. Each iteration then results in something very new. When we first organized it, it was a number of different individuals who came together with ideas, with projects, and everything was put together and curated by Bhashwati. Then there was Anuradha Nayak who did a lovely mapping of Mallepalli area, trying to tell the story of how the neighborhood itself created resources in the city. There was Asya Khan who did this beautiful presentation on trees in Hyderabad city. There was Arun Ganesh who ran a workshop on mapping. So a number of people came together like that, and one of the things that we kept wondering about is who owns Dodin. At one level, Dodin eventually seemed like it was going to become some sort of a brand. But then brand always implies that there's somebody who's going to have some sort of proprietary rights over it. And we were opposed to the idea of anyone having a proprietary right over Dodin, and that is precisely the reason why we were also opposed to getting any kind of corporate sponsorship for Dodin, because that would then get drawn into unnecessary complications of branding. Then our understanding at that time was that this somebody needs to take some kind of custodial ownership of this, and that kind of a nucleus that is going to keep the event reproducing itself in multiple formats was something very important. And it seemed like since Hyderabad Urban Lab was going to be around for a long time as an institution, Hyderabad Urban Lab should take that custodial ownership of Dodin. So in that sense, the event actually belongs to the city, it belongs to everyone. But it is produced, it is organized, it is curated by teams of people who are associated with Hyderabad Urban Lab in some form or the other, because we need that sense of direction and someone who's going to archive, think about the long-term implications and so on. And then year after year, we realized that a lot of people began to think of coming to Dodin as a homecoming. And it has become something that belongs to Hyderabad, curated and owned in a custodial sense, a stewardship sense, by Hyderabad Urban Lab. So that's what the history of Dodin is. We have been wondering about what its long-term effects should be. So for us, at the first Dodin, the idea was that different individuals who are participating in it will go away with ideas about what they should be doing over the next 1 year. And I think that many people actually did that. Hyderabad Urban Lab itself looks for ideas that need to be implemented, that needs to be generated, collaborations that can be built. Until now, we have not made any kind of announcements of these things in any self-conscious, open, public manner. But I think that eventually, at some point of time, this is about building some kind of a resolve around what kinds of cities we need. So I'm sure that eventually, at some point of time, Dodin will become something which spawns new ideas, which will explicitly become visible in execution over the coming year, or the year in